write any questions, please raise your hand and wait for a microphone. Start with Rob here in the front.
Coach, 57 points in the second half. Kind of, what did you feel was the key to that explosion?
Well, again, a lot of respect for Missouri. Dennis has done a great job with his team from the year they had. The way he's changed just the entire mindset, coming back from when he was there his first year is really a phenomenal job by him, and getting his team ready to play. And they're always tough to play against, and he does a great job. He believes in his system of what he's doing, but I was really disappointed in the first half because of the things that we talked about. We didn't take advantage of it. Didn't honestly, at halftime, I didn't even think we were looking to take advantage of what we wanted to get out of it. Second half, really proud of the fact that we executed better, took shots, got better shots, and can't start the game with those shots around the rim. They're tough. And then missing free throws early, but again, like always, I felt our defense kept us close enough when we got down, and then had a little spurt there to get back in it. But as well as I thought we played in the second half, again, give them credit for what happened in the first half, because we did not play well at all.
Went to that lineup with Sakai, Chaz, Gainey, and Milicic a lot in the second half. What makes that one effective offensively?
Well, one, offensively, you get guys people are afraid to leave shooters, and we get guys in position where, again, they switch, or hoping to be able to take advantage of those switching situations and create some of those matchups and then play out of that. But they're concerned about shooters. But first half, we did exactly what we talked about. We would make one cut and stop playing. You need to move them because they do a great job of switching out, taking your cuts away. And we talked about back cut after back cut, and guys were just making a straight cut that we didn't want and didn't even try to look to slip to the open area. But we did, again, a better job in the second half.
Yep. Kind of that same time period of the game, what did go so well offensively for the first 10 minutes of the second half?
Well, we just went to a set where it started with Jordan. He's got away. People want to down. They want to try to keep him off a cut, so they can't in that set. He's got two ways he can go. And then it goes back to the question about what makes that effective. They're afraid to leave either Jordan or afraid to leave Chaz in those situations. And so now it's hard for them to down it. If they're not going to switch to five, more times than not, you'll play off that. If they're going to make the cut to the top, you can get a slip and hope to create a mismatch there. And we had a chance to finish it a couple of times. We could have driven it, but we didn't, because we didn't create the double gap and wedge like we want to. But again, I thought Z putting it on the money. They got separation and got turned around ready to shoot it. And that gives us a chance to go rebound it too, especially from the backside.
Thank you.
What does it say about Igor that he comes off of illness and plays aggressive like he did today?
I thought he was good. I thought he got tired at the end, and again, we had a couple of defensive breakdowns that we can't have. In that situation when they're down, they're going to either have to drive the ball. You know who their three-point shooters are. You can't foul them. We were in our switching defense 1 through 5, and, you ran a little pistol action. And I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he was tired, because we can't foul right there, and but that's why, again, we got to get consistency from everybody. Everybody, and it can't be on one night, off one night, but I really thought he and Z both came back. I thought Z was terrific. I did. I thought he was really terrific tonight, with not really practicing but one day and not even a full day with that. And but Igor handles the ball, and I thought he made some really good decisions. Didn't settle for a three when he could have taken a couple of them, and made a couple good plays for Z to give Z a great look at it. And that's when Z's at his best, after a middle drive, and he gets spotted up. That's when he shoots the ball his best numbers.
How disappointing were the turnovers, especially early in the second half, and then what went into cleaning those up?
It was really disappointing because of what we talked about. They play the way they play. They're going to see if you can handle it, and we just didn't do at all what we talked about. I put in the first 4 minutes of the second half and showed them everything we talked about that was there, but we didn't take advantage of it. And I wasn't real happy at halftime, and because just that. And but we came out the second half, and I thought played harder, played with more energy, and we worked harder on offense to try to get shots.
Rick, you mentioned you thought Sakai was terrific tonight. What did he do so well to do that? It seemed like he was really in control of the game.
Again, I thought he controlled the game for us, and again, he really did a lot of good things. And again, his minutes, he played tonight, 34. Again, probably like to get that down a little bit more, but we can't do it unless we know what we're going to get off the bench every time, because we can mix and match different lineups. But it goes back, again, consistency, and we're deep into this season now. We should be able by now to know exactly what we're going to get every single night. And it can't be, on one night, off one night. It can't be you play well in practice, you don't show up for the game. It's a matter of competing at the highest level and just simply doing your job and what we talk about. But I don't want to take anything away from Missouri, because, again, Dennis has done as good a job as anybody in the country, he and his staff, and his guys are poised. You don't care what the score is in the game, they're going to continue to fight, and they're going to drag it out as long as they can, as they've shown tonight. We need to finish better at the free throw line with the right guys up there. But really, it's a really good win, because I thought it was a high-level game. Both teams battled each other, fought each other, and again, obviously the reason we weren't good in the first half, you got to give them credit for it. We're trying to do something. They're trying to mess us up, and they definitely messed us up in the first half, because we were not good.
Coach, you came out of a timeout with 3:29 left in the first half, down by 9 with a lineup of Gainey, Ziegler, Lanier, Meshack, and Phillips. That lineup produced a 7-2 run that got you guys back in the game, cut the lead to 6 before halftime. Did you see anything that you liked from that lineup? Can we expect to see it again? It's a bit of a smaller lineup, but what did you see from that lineup and that run that you liked?
More speed, playing absolutely with a purpose, playing each other, knowing each other's game, and obviously we got some stops. You got to get stops to get back in it. We got out, we ran, had some good looks at it. We knocked them down, got an offensive rebound in there, but it's speed. We need to get out in transition. We need to move the ball, get it going, and we still don't do that as well as we should. And we need those kind of baskets in transition to get some of those looks.
Saw 3 more hands up, Mike Penn last, that's it.
Rick, you referenced working harder to get good shots in the second half. What does that look like, and how do you duplicate that?
Mike, that's a great question. I just said at halftime, we got to know by now what we're going to get. And it goes back to understanding what we're looking for. And what we were looking for early was there. We didn't read it. We didn't make the right passes, and we did. The ball was thrown too soft, didn't get there, and the ball's got to be passed. We had a chance tonight to hit 2 wide-open threes, and we threw just absolutely horrendous passes down by the knee and stuff like that took us out of shooting position. But I don't know if they were concerned about them, because they do a good job trying to deflect and get out and run, but we've got to become a better passing team in those situations, because we got them in rotation, and all we had to do was deliver the ball the right way, and we had the right guy ready to shoot the ball, but we didn't deliver the pass.
Rick, I know you're talking about some things that y'all can do better offensively, but you still scored 85 points, and your defense gave up 81. Does it say anything about this team or your offense? Did you learn anything about the offense picking up the defense at times?
Guys, we've had games when we've looked like a great basketball team scoring the ball. And when the ball's going in, it all looks good. If I could coach making shots, I'd do this till I'm 110, if I could live that long. When that ball's going in, it looks good. And there's some nights it goes in and you're not even playing good, but it goes in. I think they banked a couple in from out top, but I've seen Real do that. He's done it. He's got deep range, and again, we found another 3-point shooter, which we can't do. But what I want to see us do, make some of those shots around the rim. Those are the ones we need to make. If you start doing that, they got to loosen up. We finally got a couple back cuts, things that we talked about. They're just out there denying. You got to play basketball. You got there's games where you can, quote unquote, maybe run some offensive plays, and there's other games where you simply have to play basketball. And we showed them what we wanted. We didn't execute it in the first half. Again, Missouri had a lot to do with that. The second half, we were better, but we made shots too.
Last one.
Rick, I guess athletes in general just kind of become creatures of habit during a season and routines, and for a couple guys, a couple of your starters to not play on Saturday and then not practice a ton maybe and come back and perform like this. Do you expect something like that, or do you never know in a situation like that?
I don't know if you ever know, but you know what? I think you ask any coach if you could have one trait in a player, a lot of coaches might come up with something. Mine would probably be a high motor, play with a high-level motor night in and night out, or you could say that's a competitive spirit. You can break it down any way you want to do it. High motor means you're out there trying to win every possession. Competitive spirit means you're trying to fight for every possession, and it's hard. It's really, really hard to play the game that way. Very few guys can do it, and it's a daily commitment to it where you've got to get yourself in just incredible cardio conditioning, toughness, and at the end of the game, that's when those guys truly believe in the last 4 minutes you can break it loose by running the court, getting a layup, getting on the offensive glass, doing something where your motor or your competitive spirit makes a game-breaking play for you.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.